Seems like destiny. That's really awesome. Cody Sack. It's like a knife to the kidneys. Welcome to the Fifth Wife.
Hello everyone, and welcome to The Fifth Wife, a Sisterwives recap podcast. My name is Brianna, the fifth wife that nobody wanted, nobody asked for, but oh, Cody, here I am, and here I am to stay. Yes, today we're going to be recapping season 19, episode 23. Let me check. 23. The stars will fall from the sky. Okay, so definite trigger warning here for we're going to be talking about suicide. This whole episode deals with the death of Garrison. And it was a extremely hard fucking watch. I will say that. I do have some thoughts about our girl Robin during this entire thing. I have no words really, because it's how she acted was kind of insane to me. I'm not going to lie. The fake tears, I mean, she would have been better off just saying, I should not speak about this, truly. But before we get into that, I want to say if you're following on YouTube or you want to watch this, go on over to YouTube. It's going to be my TikTok handle, Bad Gal Riri. Okay, play on Bad Gal Riri from Rihanna. If you're following along on any podcast platform, please hit follow or subscribe or follow the show so you don't miss out on any new episodes. Before we get into the full recap, I do want to do some just chit-chatting here. I am fucking buzzing, you guys. I just came off of a live with Jody and Amanda from We Love to Hate Everything. I have been a fan of theirs for, oh my god, years. So it was such an incredible experience to be on their live, chit-chatting about Karen Reed. Me and Jody fucking went off about the Karen Reed. Like, we are just back and forth, saying our theories, thinking what we think about the whole entire case. So if you really want to hear a breakdown of that, please go over to their YouTube channel. And then we get into their segment called Browntown, which we discuss Sisterwives, like this episode and all that good stuff. So please go listen to that first and foremost. Like, such an incredible experience. Go follow them on everything. They're the ones that got the Peyton cameo, the infamous super sexist, super racist cameo, because no jokes are funny unless you're making fun of someone, right? Well, unless it's Robin. I do want to say I'm doing things out of order. I had such a crazy week last week, you guys, and I apologize for not getting the episode out. I was trying to do it before work one day, and it was like everything I was saying, I was like, you're so fucking stupid. Like, why are you talking? Why are you talking? Why? No one thinks you're funny. So I just like completely crashed out over that. So it's gonna come after this one. I just kind of I was like fresh off of watching this episode, so I wanted to do this one first, and then, you know, get all the tears and stuff out, and then be in a silly goofy mood to go back and do episode 22, and then a Patreon episode as well. So I do want to say this episode, Amanda and Jody do watch-alongs, and I'm 100% copying what they're doing with that. I think this episode, it needs to be heard. It needs to be said from the Browns. I think I would be doing a disservice and a disjustice, if that's even a word, to them. Now, that's not to say I'm not going to be commenting on Robin and the things that I find a little sus, but this episode definitely needs to be... It needs some grace and care going into it. That's for sure. I mean, there's not going to be a ton of funny stuff in this one. And if you don't want to watch it, that's all right. It is a hard subject for everyone. A little bit background on me. I have a family member who had committed suicide, and it's fucking triggering, this episode. I will say it's tough to see the fallout after someone does that, you know, and it's and how it affects the family, and, you know, and it's just, if anyone is struggling, I just want to say, like, there are so many things out there to help. It's okay to ask for help. There's so many resources that you can use, and if you're feeling alone ever, know you're not alone. And it's so much easier said than done to be like, yeah, you're not alone, you're good. We all, or I'm assuming we all, I've dealt with my own mental health issues, and it is so easy to feel like you are so isolated and you have nothing. But just wait until the next day and keep waiting, because things will always get better. And there's just more out there, you know, for you in your life. And hopefully this episode has taught us all something. I definitely think Cody seems more human to me. He definitely was going through it, which you could see on, we were talking about this on We Love to Hate Everything, and someone commented and was like, hey, like, actually, Cody only was talking about how he felt about himself and not about Garrison at all. Which I didn't even think about that watching that, and it's like, oh, it's a little narcissistic. Like, Jesus. Okay, let's, without further ado, let's get into the episode. I'm going to be playing it on my phone, so here we go. I gotta turn it up, you guys. Alright, we're gonna skip this. Okay, Janelle looks like a fucking snack in the intro, like, so good. Christine looks fine. Robin, you're not cute. And you know what, you guys? You're gonna fucking hate me for this, but Cody looks hot. I would. I'm just kidding. I would never. Oops, sorry.
We're gonna have us at home, David, Truly, and I, and then Ray and her kids, McKelty and her kids, Peyton, Isabel. I think that's about it. Who's coming? Just a spontaneous evening.
You gotta come way over here. Ready?
Will someone please play frisbee with David so he behaves himself? I'm playing, Mama. David and I have been together for, oh my gosh, over a year.
A whole year, you guys. Crazy.
It feels so complete.
Oh, Isabel has a bug in her
we're
hair.
learning a lot about each other. I'm also learning a lot about myself. When I was married to Cody, I was more independent than I realized I was. I think I was less married than I thought.
Oh yeah, it's adjustment on both ends. I was single for so long, did everything myself.
I'm single for so long, I did everything by myself, Christine. I just, you know, was tasting all the ice cream flavors, as Tony would say. God, he's such a fucking dork.
And I thought I had to do everything myself, and now Christine comes along, and she does a lot. And there's a point when I say, can I do something, please?
Okay. When you finish the statement. You're out of control.
Of course they have a
Being
hot
married to
tub.
David?
Like, you know Christine and David are fucking in that hot tub. And Truly's like, oh guys, like, can I come in? And she's like, not tonight, baby. No, not tonight. It's Dave and I's special evening tonight. Oh, I hate a hot tub, honestly. I have one in my building right now, and like, I barely use it, but it's like, oh, I don't know. It's just, especially when someone has it in their own backyard, you know they'd be fucking and having like naked nights in that hot tub.
I've learned that I need to be a partnership. He wants to be involved in everything. He likes to know about everything. And he has an opinion about things, and he likes to be heard, and it's a discussion, and it's a dialogue.
Oh my god. David is just so unbelievably unsexy. Like, I've said this before, and I will say it again. He is the most unsexual man I've ever seen in my life. Like, I dry the fuck up whenever I see him. It's just not fucking hot. But I also do want to say, it is incredibly eye-opening when you go from being in a relationship with someone who doesn't do shit, and like, you just think this is so normal, and then you are then in a partnership with somebody who like wants to help you and wants to do things with you is like, it is such a world of difference. And like, I get it, Christine. Like, you are on fucking cloud nine. You're like, wow, like, what the hell was I doing for all those years? What was I doing with like a fucking man that like is complaining that like I'm doing everything, or like that he isn't getting what he wants for dinner, but I'm the one cooking the dinner. It's like, the men just do the bare fucking minimum and then expect like the world. You know what I mean?
Freaking darn it! Oh no! And over the neighbors, you over the fence!
Hold on!
David, put your arms down.
Got it. All right. I'll be back, Avalon.
This is definitely post Ozempic for Tony McKelty.
Wait, we can walk around.
Here, Isabel, I'll help you over.
Because then the kids will say no, David. I don't know.
Oh my god, of course she also has a built-in trampoline in her backyard, which of course she does. Of course. You know, her and David also do it on that.
Do.
I help you
Oh my
over.
gosh. Some people are saying do it, some people are saying don't. So when my mom and David first got together, especially, I was worried about how that dynamic would be because my mom has never had a man full-time in the house. And we've never had a man full-time in the house. It has always been her.
David,
Come on, Tony and I will help you over.
I know, I'm afraid of her. Please look at my eyeballs, you two.
She's the head of the household. She makes the rules, and we follow those rules.
That's nothing we need the little children seeing us do. I mean, no, stop it. I'll go get it.
Hey, honey, here.
I'll go get
honey,
it. No, I'll
honey.
go get it.
I'm used to, like, whatever in my house, that's the rule, that's what we're gonna do, and that's all it
Okay.
is.
I think this is so weird that they chose to put this scene specifically before this, like, because it's just like, okay, you guys, I think that they did this because it's like, oh, we're showing that, like, oh, David and Christine aren't perfect, like, they do fight, and, like, all that stupid shit, but, I don't know, it's like, okay, you guys are going to get a fucking
Okay,
frisbee.
David, Isabel, and Tony, I'm just gonna go get it. Leave it. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Okay,
What?
David.
Oh my god.
Okay, jump before she gets there.
And there are times that we butt heads. Yeah, absolutely. Where I'm like, that is not a good idea. Let's not do that. And he'll be like, she won't even listen.
What the heck, man? You can go, but I can't go.
I'm a grown up. I can make good decisions on if I'm going to climb that fence. So if I can climb over that fence, yeah, I'm going to do it. Nobody's going to tell me not to.
Even my bitch wife, Christine.
Look.
Now
That was Cody rather.
Butt over.
You, what did you do? Did you just jump over the fence?
I climbed over.
David doesn't like to be told what to do at all.
Will let all the grandkids see that?
What's wrong with that? They can't climb over.
I don't want them to climb over.
They're not going to climb over.
You know what? I get where Christine's coming from because, like, a kid would do that. Like, if I saw someone, like, do, like, as a kid, I would fucking do it. Like, I get where
I
she's
think I'm
coming
used
from.
to, like, having my own way with a lot more things than I thought. In my house, I was in charge of parenting. And Cody had say and stuff, probably, but he didn't really like to know about all the little things. I think I've been
He
single
didn't
for
want to be a
long
fucking
time.
partner.
And we really got used to doing things our own way too. There's a lot more discussion, a lot more figuring things out. Like we wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and he's like, there's that one thing that we talked about, and we usually finish the conversation. you
What?
know? Well,
Okay, what? You wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and then there's that one thing that we talked about. What? Can you go a little bit deeper? Because I don't know what the fuck you mean, Christine.
You're so strong and masculine to climb over the fence.
Oh my god, that reminds me of when the book was like, oh, Cody, my masculine man. Ugh.
I'm like, I'm just going to see how
If
far.
one thing David is not, it's a masculine man. Like, not in, like, I'm sure he's, like, masculine, but he's not masculine. You know what I mean?
I can go before she knocks me one. But,
Oh my God.
you know, the thing is she may have been mad or upset or a little bit. But at the end, we figure things out. You know, and that's all that matters.
Let's eat dinner.
Oh my god, you guys, one thing if you're not watching and you're just listening, my face shows everything. Okay, like I just looked up at the camera and I'm just like disgusted. Like you look at me, I'm just like, oh my god. Every time David's talking, I don't know what it is. Like I'm just so unattracted to this man.
Come on, time for your food. Let's go eat.
Now that I'm married to David, this is what I'm learning about what a marriage looks like. It's very different. Even when it's frustrating, and even when I'm like, don't do that, and he does it anyway, I still love it.
You had a rough day?
Yeah.
What happened?
I think that David
Okay, so David just grabbed Truly and like was like hugging her and he's like, do you have a rough day? Like what happened? You have a rough day? That is so freaking sweet. Like it reminds me of my stepdad a little bit, like who's also my dad, like he raised me, and it's just like that was very something reminiscent of what he would do for me, and it's just like seeing that for Truly and having Truly be able to have that like male figure in her life, that male role model that's like actually nice and cares about what she's going through and saying is just like, it's so wholesome. It's so wholesome. But Truly, you gotta get rid of the transition lenses, okay? We're on a new pair of glasses, yet they're still, you're inside and they're still sunshades. They're still sunglasses. Like, girl.
quickly just kind of meshed into our family. I had this worry that David would want to replace my dad's position in our family.
the heck happened there?
So,
That's not good. Look at my knee tattoo. We're knee brothers.
But truly,
It's
like, I don't give a
hard to go
fuck.
to a family.
Like, I don't give a fuck. Okay, you fell. Like, cool, David.
where you're taking up this role.
But she's also
that
at that.
Look
Oops.
at my knee
Hold on.
tattoo.
She's also at that like really awkward age. What is truly like 12, 13? Ugh. And has to be on
has been
camera.
filled, but I think he's done it in such a wonderful way. He's been like a guy, a strong man in our family who was able to not overstep a boundary, but make it a safe environment.
It's so
Truly, I
nice.
can't believe you said that. I'm still back at that. She's
Oh my
so
god,
naughty.
Peyton has a fucking huge cross tattoo. Ugh. Looks horrible. I love, you know what though? I love how Christine's kids, they all are kind of like, Isabel has like all these piercings in her ears, so it's cute. She's doing her own thing. But her dad didn't go with her to go get any of those done and hold her hand. And then she also has some tattoos.
He just said that David pooped his pants.
Yes, but you're not supposed to laugh.
Truly's
not
like
funny.
the most important person to me, and I would trust him wholeheartedly to protect her.
Blessed Oma. And
I don't
Carol
know what's going on.
won.
Meri lives in like her bed and breakfast. I know that. I wish her the best. I wish her all the happiness. I hope she finds it.
Well, we're done.
I also want to say, like, we talked about this on We Love to Hate Everything, and Meri does an incredible job in this episode, like, of just showing her raw emotions, like, even a year later, like, when this was, you know, when their talking heads were, like, she captures all of our emotions, and, like, I don't know, she did such an amazing job dealing with this.
I think we need to give this a moment. We don't have any more guests coming.
These are for sure our very last guests. Our last guest for the B&B just checked out. We're closing this place down.
Okay, I just want to know, I just have a question. Who is going to Mary's Airbnb? Like, who is going there and, like, staying and eating, and who is doing that? Like, what is in Parowan, Utah to do other than go to Mary's fucking B&B? Like, what? I wonder how many guests that she has, like, had in total, like, stay overnight.
I'm excited for what we're doing next. I'm excited for all the changes. I'm
Oh,
so
she's got
excited.
her. This has to be around like a major holiday, like, or like a major America holiday, because she has all of her Americana plates.
For my vision for this, and hopefully my vision works. And it may not, because in my mind, I'm sure this is a much bigger room than it really is. When I open up again, it's gonna definitely have a different vibe. I'm envisioning countertop that way, and then all the way across, however far they design around here.
Right.
So right now, what I'm kind of envisioning for the B&B is more of a small event venue rather than a bed and breakfast. I'm kind of thinking like family reunions, I don't know, baby showers or bridal showers or different things like that where it's a smaller group. We've actually had weddings in the summertime out in the yard,
Who?
and they're beautiful.
Who's getting married there?
Okay. Wow. We don't have any guests coming in. This is it.
Oh my god, her fucking clock in the background is like straight out of Hobby Lobby.
Actually, once this is all
Until you
done,
make your choices for what you really want to
Yeah.
do. This gives you a chance.
when I bought the house, it really was because it was a 25-year dream of mine to have this house back in the family. I didn't want a bed and breakfast.
You know what else this means?
Okay, Mary.
You don't have to keep using the safe tablecloth anymore.
I can put Lizzie's tablecloth back up.
Which is
Let's do
basically a
it.
fucking
Let's
napkin
do
or a
it
doily.
now. I'm really, really liking who I am. And I'm really
good.
liking what I'm doing in my life. And I'm building businesses. I'm trying to figure out
Business,
you know,
because
how to
because
change
Worthy Up is not building. We're losing people in the fucking Facebook group, Meri.
with the B&B. And eventually, I do want to start dating. Like that.
We know, Meri, you always talk about wanting to start dating. You talk about Tamron Hall, you keep mentioning how you want to fucking date someone.
On my radar, you know, and finding somebody that I can spend the rest of my life with is something that I really hope for. Let's go. Okay, tablecloth gets to go back. I am so excited about this. You know, I've dated a little bit.
Okay, this
My-
tablecloth, the table that they're putting this tablecloth on is not like where people eat. Like, this is a big centerpiece on it, it looks like. So, and there's no chairs surrounding it, so why couldn't you have this on all along?
I've had experiences where I believe that some people are not interested simply because of my background. Because I come from a
Meri.
plural family.
It's not true.
Maybe they're nervous that, you know, that's what I want. You know, like, I don't know. But also because my life is very public. You know, I think that is a little bit intimidating to people as well.
It does look really good on here.
I mean, it was made for this table.
Literally.
Literally. There's a lot of uncertainty. You know, and I really need to be able to trust somebody and believe what he says. And that's going to take a little bit for me. Like, I've had some situations.
We know you got catfish because you trusted this quote unquote man on the internet.
That when a person tells me he loves me, he really does. And he's not going to come back to me later and be like, oh, just kidding. I was lying to you for decades. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've had this.
Yeah, Meri, we do know what you mean because you've mentioned it about 1,000 times. But you know what? I feel like giving Meri some grace this episode. Usually I fucking shit on her like all day long. However, I also would be like really hurt if my person that I spent like the last 20 years with did say those things about me. However, okay, now I'm already turning on myself and what I was gonna say because he didn't treat her like they were married for so many years. For so many years, they were just like basically colleagues, and she was best friends with her husband's new wife or whatever the fuck, however you want to say that. So I don't know, like there were signs. Hold on. Let me turn this down because I'll talk through these ads here. Now, you know, Meri, I feel for her in the way that like that really hurts to hear. Like that really would if you were even say in the place of Janelle, like during this whole thing. However, Meri wasn't in the same place as Janelle. Like Meri and Cody were not seeing each other. They were not intimate for years prior to the catfish. So like, I think it's just like, oh, I'm Meri, poor me. I can't believe my husband was saying that about me. It's like he was saying some awful shit about you for fucking years and you still kept going back and back and back. Like, that's the straw that broke the camel's back? No, I don't think so. There's so many freaking ads playing here. I should probably just upgrade. But then I don't want to pay for it, you guys. Oh my god, the live today went so freaking good. Like, my life the past 3 years has been pretty shitty in certain ways, like some familial ways, I guess you could say. And listening to Jody and Amanda really like, oh, what the fuck? It just all went to the. So it's just like Meri just being the victim, wanting just to have her little moment, to have her Christine big moment. So I fucked up and like, I don't know, I did something, so we had to play a little bit before the ad.
Like I've had some situations. I need to be able to trust that when a person tells me he loves me, he really does.
Start hearing that again.
And he's not going to come back to me later and be like, oh, just kidding. I was lying to you for decades. You know what I mean?
I mean, we've had this sitting here for like, since I've been here 7 years. It's going to be really weird to not have it. I guess it's just goodbye for now.
You know, I've enjoyed getting out there and meeting people, but I haven't found my person yet.
Zoom in on Lizzie's heritage. Okay, now we have the ad. Okay, so what do you like? Do you think they would give Meri and just Jen a spinoff? Like, do you think that's what they're kind of going for here? Like with Meri talking so much about her being single, because I kind of do wish when Christine was single, and if like this was any other network, any other TV show on anywhere else, it would be more of taking opportunities and advantage of Christine's singleness, also Janelle's, and now Meri's. Like, and I don't know if I would want a spin-off show, you guys. I don't know if I would want just to see Meri or Jen, because you need like a villain. We need someone to hate. That's what makes this so fun. Like, genuinely. I mean, what makes this whole thing worth it, because you need somebody to hate. And I hate Cody and Robin. I almost said Meri, but we do kind of not love Meri. But yeah, so... Oh, their salaries got released too, you guys. So allegedly they're making like $40K an episode, which you'll hear me talk about that if you go listen to the live of We Love to Hate Everything. So go do that. But I don't think $40K is all that much, especially with it being their own jobs. If you think about our housewives, what they make, they have that and another job. Okay, we're back. This is where we're going to start crying.
Slate's up.
So I'm 3/2/24.
We're starting with the carriage house here. This is all about your birthday and the carriage house, right? You remember well. Okay, so
That's weird. Cody's calling me.
you want to tell you?
Nope.
Fuck.
You can text me if he needs me.
Okay.
He's calling again.
I guess this just proves my theory that, like, I guess to get a joke out before here, that Meri doesn't always answer when Cody calls. Oh, God.
I already texted and said,
You can tell, like, before even we know the news, but, like, she's bothered. Like, she is very, like, uneasy that Cody's calling her.
he says it's an emergency.
Okay, let's go.
Hello?
And I can't believe they got this on film. I genuinely can't believe it. I can't believe they're leading with this. And I think it's good in a way because it shows just how unexpected death happens. And when we least expect it, when we're just out there living our lives, and then it's just like the worst thing imaginable can happen to any of us at any given time.
What?
And it says on March. And sorry guys, I had a little bit of a technical difficulty. GarageBand did something weird, so let's get back to it. Okay, Christine. Janelle. Cody. Robin, not a tear in her fucking eye. And stop pretending, bitch. Yeah, Meri.
So Gabriel had found him. He's like, Mommy's gone. I mean, what do you mean? He said he's dead. He killed himself. And I don't remember the next few minutes, but I got in the car and I drove.
Sorry guys, another technical difficulty here. I don't know what the fuck is going on with my GarageBand, and now my Wi-Fi is just going crazy. Okay, let's try to get back to this. Is so fucking sad. We're back in Salt Lake. We're gonna be with Christine.
So Hunter called me, and he doesn't call a lot. So I just said, hello, and he goes, and he was sobbing. And I said, what's wrong? He just said Garrison killed himself. And I just fell on the floor in the office. I went to the office and I shut the door. I just fell on the floor. We all knew that he was sad. And then we all hoped that he would just...
Just sitting there, stunned, sort of shaking my head, and trying to console my kids. Gwendolyn just called me and said, can she come and see me? She called me up, Dad, like brokenhearted. Can I come see you? And I'm like, yeah, come on over, sweetheart. The first moment of grief really clobbered me was when I was sitting down with Gwendolyn holding her hand. I look inside myself, I'm looking down my esophagus in my imagination into my lungs, and I feel this sort of grief come up out of me. And just like everybody's silent, I think that Gwendolyn is sobbing and Robin's trying to console her. This grief comes out of me and I wailed. And that's when I first, I think, became really aware that this situation has gone down, and it's sort of unreconcilable.
That is a great way to describe grief. It's a great way to, when something just being sad, like something unimaginable in your life happening. Like, Cody is so human to me in this episode. He's not his macho, I never loved any of you anyway, you fucking bitches. Like, he's just stripped down, and you can definitely see that.
Don't know what to do. I'm lost in this.
I could never even imagine losing a child, ever.
I'm in my room working.
Just stop there for a second, okay? So I know we're like all fucking emotional here, but I'm going to say what I said at the beginning of this episode and what I said on My Parents and We Love to Hate Everything. Oh, Cody, I was just in my office working when this happened. Working on what? What were you working on? Nothing. And like, I wouldn't go so hard against Robin because she still is like, her children are Garrison's siblings, okay? She has grown up with Garrison. He was, 12, 13 years old when she came into the family? Okay, so she's known him for a long time. And, like, I can be a person that's very stoic when things happen. I can be very just take everything in. But this is... God, the slide is going crazy here. This is not that. This is just sociopathic, in my opinion.
And...
Oops.
And, he came in, and he's just looking really shocked. And I'm like, what's going on? And he's on the phone, and he's just like, he's like...
Why is she acting this out?
Garrison... Garrison has passed.
Not a fucking tear in her eye. And she's pretending like she's getting, like... I get it. Like, again, I need to reiterate, I am a stoic person, too. But this...
Like, he says it to me, and I'm like, what? What? And he just started crying, and I was just like, oh my gosh, what? And I'm just trying to gather the details, trying to figure out what's going on. Trying trying to be there for him, trying to register the shock myself, trying to register what's going on myself, and oh yeah, he just fell apart.
This is Meri.
He told me the words that I'll never forget. He goes, Garrison took his life. And it was just like this weird, surreal moment that, like, no, that's not one of our kids. No, they're not gonna do that, you know? And I'm like, are you kidding me? And he's like, no. So I left and I went up there to Cody and Robin's house, and Gwendolyn was right there. God. She just came out and she just like hung on to me. Oh gosh.
I think that's so nice that Cody had Gwendolyn over. I think it was amazing that Meri was there, was able to be there for everyone. Hold on, I'm gonna close these blinds so this doesn't look fucking crazy. Okay, sorry about that, you guys. If you're watching, the lighting is kind of going crazy. I'm in the movie room of my apartment building, and now we have some fuckers out there playing pool. Okay, so I'm sorry for that background noise. I am moving. Okay, so we'll be getting my own podcast TikTok room that I can't wait for, so we won't have things like this happening. But yeah, so if you're watching, I did just want to change that so that shit didn't look crazy, and also it's giving me like a nice little break to not be absolutely bawling my eyes out while watching all of this. And we left off, I think, hopefully I'm gonna get it at the right spot.
In a little bit.
Let me just back it up 10 seconds. Oh my god.
I called Janelle and I said, I'm stopping, I'm getting food, and I'll be over in a little bit. And I'll just be there. I didn't know what else to do.
My mom and I had been calling each other back and forth that day a lot.
I just want to say, like, for Meri, like, that, to do that for Janelle, like, I know that is, like, the littlest thing that you can do for someone, or the most basic thing, and that means the fucking world, especially with Janelle and Meri's, like, relationship. It's so unbelievably kind of Meri to do that, and just shows, like, Meri's, you know, despite everything between her and Janelle, like, she was there for her in a fucking second. And that's probably, because I think the scene from last week was filmed after Garrison's death. So I think they're forming something new. And I'm sure a lot of it on Janelle's, like, side had to do with Meri stepping up and, like, really being there for her. And, like, Robin was in town. Did she do that?
And she called me and told me that she was, and I was like, oh, weird, I was just about to call you. And she said, I am driving to Garrison's house. He committed suicide. There's few moments in your life that I feel like alter your brain chemistry, and I definitely feel like calling siblings that a sibling had died definitely alters your brain chemistry.
do a little commercial break here. God, fuck you guys. I can't even imagine. Like, we're just viewers. We've just, like, parasocially known these people for years. And I can't even begin to imagine what their loss is like. Later in the episode, Janelle has, like, come to terms with everything, which is fantastic, in all that she can. Like, she's just like, you know what, we've done everything that we can, or we could have, to help Garrison. Like, we did everything that we could have to help him, and it just didn't work. And sometimes it doesn't. And that's, that's the hard part with addiction and mental illness, that you can do everything and sometimes it just doesn't work. I have, this is me relating, I'm not making anything about myself, it's just talking. And like I said, I had a family member commit suicide. I have people in my family that have addiction issues, and that's the hardest thing to deal with, is that you can give them all the help, you can give them all the tools to get better, and it's truly just up to them to do it. Okay, we're back from the commercial break.
And Garrison and I have been having texting all day long, and one conversation. And this was not unusual because he and I talked probably 3 times a day. Garrison is Cody and my son. I knew he was struggling, and I always just picked up the phone, and I always make it a point to just talk to him. And it wasn't really about anything. Like, it was just, I think he needed the connection. And I know he was calling his brothers and stuff too. I laid down in bed around 8:30, and he kind of stopped texting me. I knew he'd been drinking again. He would go through periods where he was really good, and then he just would have a binge, just as part of the cycle, I think. So I called Logan and Hunter. I texted them, and I said, okay, because we've tag team.
I wonder whose house they're showing in this.
Garrison will respond to you. And so they were on it. They said, Mom, we're on it. We'll just kind of check on him and make sure he's okay. So I went to sleep, and Gabriel called me, and he's like, Mom, he's gone. And I'm like, what?
Must be Garrison's house. Gabe.
Gare really was, like, so genuine, and he didn't let on to it a lot, but he always felt a lot deeper than he expressed. Everyone in my family knows that.
This is so fucking sad.
A few days after he passed, there was a viewing for family and just, close friends that were in the area. Of course, that was the last time we saw his body. And that was really, really difficult. That was really, really painful.
The strongest memories I have in these 3 days was actually being at the funeral home with Janelle. I didn't know what to say to anybody besides I'm sorry. To everybody.
The service was as beautiful as it could be. I got to talk about when he was a little kid and his love of fires and traveling in his stars. I was completely fine until I made eye contact with McKelty and said the last line. It was just, it's a movie quote that he loved, and
What is it?
This part, like, fucking sent me the first time I watched it.
At the end of the movie, at the end of the movie, the dragon dies. He turns into the constellation Draco, who's a dragon. And the last line is when we want to look for him again. We looked to the stars. And I looked right at McKelty and said to the stars.
Oh my god. And they show us a picture of stars.
He made an incredible effort to everyone around him to make them comfortable. And I think that that's the real mark of a gentleman. And I think that Garrett did it well.
God. He really, like, speaking so... I don't even know what the right, like... I don't even know the right word. I can't even think right now. The way he's speaking is so kind and loving and passionate and just so much care. I can't even imagine what this boy has gone through. Not only losing his brother, but being the one to have to deal with finding him.
Garrison was cool. He was the jokester of the family too. He was hilarious.
Okay, can we do like a funny break here because McKelty's new look, you guys? Is a look.
He was very fun. I thought he was just a joy. He's very smiley, very, very chill, very easygoing. He always had a ton of friends. Just a very friendly guy. Cool dude. Just nice.
I was trying to get him to move out here. And so it's like, with every step that we like get closer to it, it's like, we talked a lot about that.
We almost had him here too.
We did.
We almost had him. He was almost coming.
I think he was just so deep that...
He was probably scared to... He was like struggling with alcohol and like addiction and stuff like that. He was probably scared to change his life and scared to like get help and make those next steps. It's because it's extremely difficult to do
with
that.
Alcohol. I don't know what happened. He was never a drinking kid. He didn't like it, didn't like the taste of it, and he started to drink during COVID. And something happened in this last year, and it really just got him. And we had offered him all the love, all the support, all the help, all the resources. It wasn't that he didn't have those things. Like, I don't know. I don't know what happened that this night he did that. Because he's had other nights like this where he would drink and then pass out, and he would go kind of radio silent, but he'd be back in the morning, you know. I don't know what happened this time.
It was all just so sad. I remember sitting there with Janelle and I was just going, hey, I really just want to take my boy home. And so I said, let's take him back to Wyoming. And let's bury him next to Grandma Cheryl. just totally agreed that would be the right thing.
Cody and I decided that we would cremate him. I knew that that's what he wanted, so we did that, and that way it gives us the opportunity to have the funeral in a better time of year. Like we want to bury him in Wyoming. It's where our family, a lot of our family is buried. He loved it there, so it felt appropriate. So we can wait till the summer when everybody can be there and we can really celebrate him properly.
Okay, so another little ad break here. Let's talk, you guys. We have about like 10 minutes left here, and I just can't get over, obviously, just how much of a tragedy this is. We watched Garrison grow up, before our eyes, and it's just so fucking sad. Now, to talk about, I guess we can go into something a little bit more light during this little ad break. What do we think it is that Robin did? That was, as McKelty put it, relationship ending. I posed this question today, and we've talked about, making it about herself, maybe something along those lines, and I could definitely see her doing that. Or I think Jody said oh, well, she probably blamed somebody that they didn't get him enough help, and I was oh, I could see that, because with Janelle's line of well, we did everything we could, and these are filmed after his funeral or his funeral service and stuff like that, so that's kind of my guess that she maybe blamed somebody for his death. A lot of people say it's about money, and I just don't think it's about money. And I also really do believe that, it is such a shame that she did not bring her youngest children there. They're old enough to realize, and they're old enough to understand it, and that is their brother. Denying them his funeral is insane just because they are young. Like I said, I had a family member who passed away from the same exact cause when I was 3 years old. My parents, or my mom, took me to the funeral because this is, it's unfortunate, you guys, but it's a part of life, okay? And it was important to, we didn't see his body, but I was there with my cousins who needed the support. We were all there together, and I remember bits and pieces of it, to this day, and I didn't understand why we were there. I didn't understand any of it, and now looking back, it's thank God I was there. Thank God I was able to, be there for them, and just to start to understand, because obviously death is just, it's a part of life.
I find that I do better if I stay busy.
Me too.
Staying busy is good. Keeps my mind occupied.
Oh, God.
I had already moved before he passed away. I'm glad I have a big dream. I'm glad I'm here with the grandbabies, and it just makes it easier. My sister Carrie and her husband Terry came out. It was good to have them come visit.
Carrie.
Carrie is my younger sister. She's 2 years younger than I am.
Carrie's beautiful, by the way.
So, Savannah's still there,
Yeah.
but coming out.
We're going to be really crowded. Once she gets here, I can see. She'll start school, though, in mid-August here. It starts in mid-August, so.
How are you?
I'm all right. Good days, bad days. Good days, bad days. Good days, good minutes, bad minutes. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'm gonna do the beater and calm myself down for a minute, and then. So.
Gosh, it just makes me want to
His birthday just
cry.
passed a few weeks ago, and that was hard.
Oh, she's trying so hard. She doesn't have to fucking lose it right now.
Conversation, I think, and keeping stuff around with him. He's just not physically here, but he's spiritually here.
Yeah.
So, that's good.
Anyway. He had anxiety and depression, and then he started drinking as a way to sort of soothe that, you know what I mean? And then just became the animal he couldn't get a hold of. So we did everything we could, and I know that. Yeah. I know that. So for sure. But I think it's good to be here. Different. Yeah, different. So it's minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, sometimes, you know. I know that he's dead, but I forget that he's dead. And then I'm like, oh, I remember.
I feel like that's such a real statement. Like, my grandma, like, I hope this doesn't come off as me, like, making it about myself, but I'm the type of person that will, like, when I'm talking about something or someone's talking to me about something, I relate in the way that I can. So, like, I'll tell a story about myself or something, somebody else or whatever. I just feel like I need to relate so they understand that they know that I understand, you know. And when my grandmother died, her and I were very close. Like, the ring I wear is my grandmother's ring. And, you know, when she passed away, it was like, you go call her, you know, you forget, like, you just, oh, I want to go tell, you know, got something exciting happening, I gotta call my grandma. It's just like, can't, you know, you forget. It's in Cody's garage. He has a big picture of Garrison when he was in the military. Just nice. This scene makes me so fucking uncomfortable.
Hey.
Hi.
Also, I picked the right color for my picture, you guys. Her Stanley is the same color.
How you doing?
Enjoying the fire?
Yeah. Do you like my fire?
It's hot and big.
It's soothing.
You okay? Yeah.
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you okay?
No, I'm okay.
So no, I'm okay.
Do you need me to leave you alone?
No, I like you being here.
Okay, just checking.
Yeah. I like your presence. I like you being around. You're soothing. Grief comes in waves. Boy, it's just wasn't supposed to be this way, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking.
She keeps looking up. Robin keeps looking up, which is what we see her do in her confessionals, just trying to find a tear.
Robin, I didn't get a chance to really just make things right. Just not being able to say goodbye.
Fire died down real fast.
Just don't know what to do with this death because it's like I've got to do something different because I could have had more time with him and I thought there would be more time.
No, that's what everybody does.
Everybody thinks they got more time.
Yeah.
Eddie, we know where
I'm
you
like,
grill with charcoal, gas, pellet, or griddle.
Sorry about that, you guys. Blasting out your eardrums. Again, for me, with Cody saying that, I thought it was, like, really great to see him kind of reflect back on you kind of see him in his head being like, I should not, I shouldn't have held those grudges. I let petty things get in the way of having my son in my life, and I don't know. It was just, we all often think that you're gonna wake up tomorrow, and this is just a thing where you can't sometimes, and life hits you hard, and something like this is so fucking beyond devastating, beyond tragic. I don't know. Let's talk a little bit about Robin here, because that can be kind of a little bit upbeat, or not upbeat, but like giggle a little bit. Like, what the fuck is she doing? She doesn't even, it looks like she's just being like, I need to be sad. This is a moment where people would be sad. Let's be sad. And we know that she, oops, we're back. Hold on, let me pause it. We know that she lost a brother to suicide. So you would think, like, use that, relate to us with that. Like, do something to be like, yeah, I'm human, I'm sad. Like, I just think that she held a grudge against Garrison, and just, I don't know. Not that she didn't care that he died. I think she cares that he died. But I just don't think that she, I don't know the right word.
Whenever I'm really stuck in a thought, like, taking action, doing something is helpful, I think.
Do you feel like you're getting settled in? Does this feel like home?
Yeah, like I love the mountains, but this is good.
Yeah.
This is good. So.
Yeah. How is Gabe doing?
Her and her sister have the same teeth too.
I worried about him because he did some counseling before everything, so he was in a better place than he has been for a long time. And this set him back, but he was okay. I think it was
King
okay.
Gabe with the
what I mean?
counseling.
So, and I'm checking with him. We all are starting to have a lot more frank conversations about mental health, right? Because I mean, I knew Garrison. We knew he was in a bad place. Like, we were doing everything we could for him, but he just couldn't get on top of it. You know what I mean? So he's doing okay. I'm glad, because I was a little worried. I really was worried. Now I have the big job of getting his house ready and all that stuff, but
Well, with closing the house and the kids moving out and selling
nobody's in
everything,
Flagstaff
that kind
and-
of closes that chapter for that. Yeah.
We got home from the property the other day. I was
Yeah. Or Care Bear, yeah. It's gonna take some time, right?
sometimes it catches you at a more raw moment, for sure. I'm glad that I'm here now versus still in Flagstaff.
Yeah, thank God Janelle was with Maddie and Caleb and her grandkids during this. Truly. Not truly, Brown, but...
So many of people have told me, you know, don't get caught in that what if train. I'm like, I'm going to. Because that's part of the process for me. I'm going to what if to death?
Yeah.
What if I had called him? What if I'd have been in touch more? What if we'd have done more? What if?
Well, I understand that. I actually understand that a lot.
It still makes me sad.
I know.
It still makes me wonder if something could have been done. It's the what ifs. And it's still
torture.
The what could have been.
Yeah, they're torture. I know.
I think they just help the mourning process. People told me, don't do what ifs, I'm going to. You know why?
Why is she fucking laughing? Why are you laughing about that? That's like, that is insane. Like,
it makes me feel...
I can't even. Your partner is breaking down and you're... yeah, what if? Oh, Cody, what if? No, girl, not the, like... this is when you cry. This is when you fake cry.
To do the what ifs.
Right? Thinking about what he could have had.
Just, gosh.
Think about what he could have had.
Yeah, just...
What he could have had? What do you mean what he could have had? That, what? What? Let's go, let me listen to that. Come on, Max.
Connected to do the what ifs.
Really? Thinking about what he could have had.
Just, gosh.
Does she mean what he could have had with the family if they got things better? I hope not. I'm just gonna, you know what, give grace for this episode, Brianna.
Like, yeah, just imagine this or imagine that, or the opportunity, the lost opportunity for him. It's just all sad. It's just heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And so I can't. I'm trying. You keep saying you need to feel this, and I keep trying to go, no, I don't want to.
It just leaks out one way or another. The body keeps track. I'm here for any time you need to.
How does she have so many floral blouses?
How am I going to do this? How do I do the rest of my life? With every holiday and every birthday, all the frustration I had over stuff with COVID and everything like that, all of a sudden that's just like, it's so unimportant.
Good.
I'm just sad.
Yeah.
Good, she
sad about
says.
what would have been.
Yeah. Are you ready to take him home?
Yeah.